The U.S. auto bubble just popped. Is housing next? Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought and hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, the U.S. auto bubble just popped. Today, we're going to take a look at some shocking footage right outside my back door. Luxury car lots throwing stuff overboard. This one is insane, my friends. And there's some serious things, some serious red flags, some warning signs, some bells ringing right now as we read between the lines and look between the cracks. If you're new, subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history to get ahead of the curve, forward thinking, critical thinking, centered and surrounded with like-minded people. That is our goal here, my friends, as we continue to let people know the biggest bubble in history might have a little blowback. And not just any bubble, a global bubble. The global financial institutions are showing some massive fractures, and we're just scratching the surface. Again, our job, hopefully, I always say, our rewards in life are in direct proportion to our contribution. Do you want to walk people off a cliff and let them think that this economy is safe? We just overstimulated the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market, and believe me, if we lose the U.S. housing market, we lose everything. Make no mistake about that. So, friends, today what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drive our point home with a little footage that I took personally for you, my viewers, who I absolutely love. Thank you so much for continuing to support this channel. Leaving the comments below, really do appreciate everybody participating. It has been awesome. Like I always say, iron sharpens iron. We are definitely sharpening each other, I can tell you that, and it's not always easy, but is very necessary, friends. We have to let people know right now is, in fact, the time to play it safe. And we've been ringing the bell and sounding the alarm from the beginning of this, and we're seeing it all play out. Again, I hope, I pray that this one somehow survives and doesn't crash. But historically, anytime we found ourselves in a bubble, they have always crashed. So the percentage of likelihood is very high. So let's continue to temperature check, heat map, and monitor what's going on in the real world, not some data or mainstream media, what's really going on in the real world. Let's roll this footage, then we'll meet back here and wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, friends, let's get started. We will start off on the old bicycle today on the bike path as we watch this airplane come in, and we will probably be talking about the airlines at a later date if I had to guess, but today we are going to look at the auto bubble and why it is so important. We'll get started with our good friends over here at Tesla. They are very light. I see absolutely very little inventory. They clearly have shut off ordering any new units, and this is a weekend when you want to be full of employees. This showroom is typically full of Teslas on display, and there is absolutely zero. And this, my friends, is not a good look. I'm going to explain more as we move around to yet some more luxury car lots. And here we go. Let's take a look at the Mercedes lot. And as you can see, they have a lot of gaps between their cars. They've pushed all their inventory to the front to try to make themselves look as full as possible. A beautiful sunny summer day on the weekend. Not a customer to be found, much less an employee. This has to be a very tough time to be in car sales. And let me just tell you, it's not much better when it comes to being in real estate sales, which we'll talk about here shortly. Now let's move over to Range Rover. Range Rover's lot is again empty, no customers. Dirty. The units that they have are dirty. Nobody even washing these things. This is typically packed wall-to-wall units, yet somehow it appears to me that they've suspended ordering any new inventory. They are running on a skeleton crew and a skeleton inventory here. But wait, it gets better, because if we keep moving through the lot, we are going to make our way over to the trade-in lot where all the used cars are. And guess what we're going to find there? You guessed it, jam-packed with inventory. A ton of people came in, traded their old cars in for a new one. And guess what comes along with that new car? A brand new payment. And that, my friends, is disastrous right now. Can you imagine being underneath a brand new payment and your cost of living has skyrocketed, going through the roof? And all mainstream media wants to talk about is the recession. And regardless if people have money or not, what do they do in a recession? They recess. Why? Because everybody else recesses. And friends, here's the deal. Let's just cut to the chase. Anytime we've run into a auto bubble like we're seeing here, where they've suspended ordering all new units and they're sitting on a pile of used units that they cannot move, a housing recession has followed. So for me personally, and I know a lot of you, it isn't a matter of if anymore. It's just when and how big will this next housing downturn reach. And top economists are predicting that this is going to be depressionary levels. And listen, friends, I hope they're wrong. I really do. But as a level-headed realist, I understand the severity and the magnitude of what just happened to an economy as it was overheated, redlined, and got too hot. And just like the engine in one of these cars, if you redline it and overheat it, ultimately it is going to blow. So this, my friends, is called reading between the lines and looking between the cracks. If you're waiting for some data to show up, lagging data, you are going to be behind the curve. You can use your own two eyes and figure out what's going on here. And my friends, the auto industry is an indicator of what's coming next with the housing market. So please, please, please be ultra aware at this time. Buckle up, strap in, get lean and mean. Now let's meet back at the office and wrap this up. Friends, welcome back. So yeah, kind of fun, right? To get out there. This is what's going on. And this is the serious thing about what I'm seeing right now, friends. This is a parallel to the housing market. Just like we're seeing in the car industry, the auto bubble has popped. It always pops first, then the housing market second, right? Makes sense. Then what we can also see is new inventory in the housing market has stopped. Just like these auto malls, you see very few orders for new inventory. The same exact things happening with the builders out there and their brand new homes. They're suspending all new construction to speak of, going to a bare minimum skeleton inventory at best. They're trying to sell through their existing inventory they're stuck with, similar to those auto malls that we're looking at, where the used car lots are just full. Have you taken a look at like a CarMax? Jam-packed. Where just a year or two ago, thin inventory, now flooded with inventory. People are not spending money. When you see these big car lots, big ones like we saw today, light. Why are they so light on inventory? Not an employee to be found, because people are recessing. So just because the government wants to tell us we're not in a recession, we have some data or whatever job numbers that say that we're not, everything else points to it. People need to use their own two eyes and make up their own minds on what's really going on. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created bubble in world history might have blowback. Insanity. Saying this stuff, playing it safe, being level-headed. centered and surrounded with like-minded people, acknowledging the elephant in the room, understanding that we've always had booms and busts in these markets. We just went through the biggest boom ever seen, artificially created, no organic growth. Now is the time to understand that. I want all of you to be a success in real estate. Real estate is great. I always say this is the real estate channel, much bigger than real estate. I owe a lot to real estate. I love real estate. I love helping people, but I'm not going to spin some narrative how there's no risk at this moment. I see a lot of content creators out there trying to sugarcoat this and minimize the severity, saying there's no crash here. Listen, friends, we're at the front end of a recession, the tail end of a global lockdown and an overstimulation of an economy, and not just any economy, the world's economy. We have fractures all over the place. I know many smart people here understand this. We're just scratching the surface, but we'll continue to do our best. Ring the bell and sound the alarm and protect as many lives as possible. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate today, not tomorrow, not next week, not after the crash, if you need help now, there's an email in the description for you as well. I have a network of top-rated agents in the world ready to assist you. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you like this video, I think you're going to love the next video on your screen at this time. Take a look at the companies that sponsor this video in the description as well. And as always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count. I'll see you on the next video.